Good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to Fredo Driving School. This is our first video we are producing for runabouts. I will try not to make it very long. So there will be subsequent videos also that will follow after this. Explaining runabouts. We're just going to take it bit by bit. We're not going to do runabouts talking about undue hesitation, lane discipline. So we're going to do them bit by bit. So the video we're doing today is just going to be for, I would say, for beginners, those who are also struggling to know how to navigate themselves around the runabout. I think this video will help you. So what we're going to do today, we're going to talk more on how to approach the runabout and what to do, which direction you are going to. So I would just say finding your destination and what lane you need to use to go to that destination where you're going to, and also how to signal. Okay, so we're just going to concentrate on those three aspects. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about your destination. Your destination is which direction you are going to. Okay, I will talk about destination, and we're going to talk about your lane, what lane you're going to use to go to that destination, and we're also going to talk about the signaling. Okay, so that is what we have here: your destination, your lane, and your signaling. Those are the three things we're going to talk today. So I will try to make the video short, as I said. It's going to be very, very short. But please, if you have any question, always come to my live. I'm always going to be live on Monday, on Wednesdays, and Friday. If you have any question, please come and ask your question. I'll be able to explain. Sometimes when I do videos like this, some people will have some questions that they need answers. You can come on my live TikTok, and I will be able to explain to you if you have any question. Okay, so what is a destination when you're approaching a runabout? First thing, you should think about where you are going to. Okay, the destination will tell you what lane you're going to use and how to tell other road users the direction where you are going to. So we're going to start with the exits. I think most often learners who don't know what's an exit at a runabout, I'm sorry to say, but most learners will not. I don't know, it's because of pressure, I don't know. Most often when you ask them what's your exit, they will tell you they know exits, but they will go with say this is the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh exit, which is wrong. Okay, exit is always where you are going out. So on this runabout here, we have 4 exits. We have the first exit, the second exit, the third exit, and the fourth exit. Okay, so in this runabout we have 4 exits. Okay, so when you get to the runabout, always have this mind like the runabout is like a clock. That is what we always say. The runabout is like a clock. You can see it's round. Okay, so that's what we mean by the runabout is like a clock. So if this is a clock, we're going to say this is 12 o'clock. Okay, and here we have 6 o'clock. Now, let's divide this runabout into 2. We draw a line from the top to the bottom. This is to make it very easy for you to understand the runabout. Okay, so we have already agreed that this is the first exit, that is the second exit, that is the third, and this is the fourth. Now, if we're approaching this runabout and I tell you we are going to the first exit or the second exit or the third exit or the fourth exit, that is your destination where you are going to. So it's left for you to think of what lane do I need to use to go to the third exit, or what lane do I use to go to the first exit. So we're going to talk about lanes. But before we go for lanes, we have divided this runabout into 2, and I want us to name the 2 halves of this runabout. Here will be my left of my runabout, and here will be my right. Okay, so we have the left and we have the right. And on the left, we have 2 exits, the first and the second exit. On my right, I have the third and the fourth exit. Okay, so if I may just say, as we're approaching this roundabout, we have 2 lanes. All right, we have 2 lanes as well approaching the roundabout, because this is very, very important for you to know how many lanes are there when you're approaching the roundabout. So we have 2 lanes. Now we have to name those lanes as well. So follow me. This is a left lane and this is a right lane. Okay, now on my map we have, or at the roundabout we have, on the left hand side we have two exits. We have the first and the second exit, which I'm going to write here, the first and the second exit. And on the right we have the third and the fourth exit, which is the third and the fourth exit. Can you see that? So it makes it simple and easy for you to follow when you're approaching this roundabout. Okay, let's say for example we're going to the first exit and we have two lanes. We can see clearly which lane are we going to use to go to the first exit, or we're going to the second exit, what lane we're going to use. We can see clearly as we're approaching. We're going to the right, we need to use the right lane. If we're going to the left, we use the left lane, isn't it? If we're going to the first and second exit, will be the left, the third and fourth will be the right. So it's as easy as that for you to know which direction you are going. Okay, I hope this is making sense. Okay, so we're going to go now to, we've talked about destination, which is your exit you are going to. We've talked about lanes, which are the two lanes as you are approaching the roundabout. There are some roundabouts that you're going to get up to 3 lanes. Okay, so it will all depend on the road markings as well on those lanes, on that roundabout. So for now, we're just going to keep this on these two lanes, so it make it more easier for you to know which lane you're going to use to go to which direction. So I'm going to take this off and let's just do that in practical. Let's see. So if we're going to the first exit, we know where the first exit is. It's on our left. That is the destination. What lane are we going to use? The left lane. How do we signal? So those are the 3 things that I said: destination, lane, and signaling. So we're going the first exit, we're keeping the left lane, and how do we signal? So let's see how we signal. We signal left as we're approaching the roundabout. Can you see that? It's as easy as that. Now, if we are going to the second exit, which is straight ahead, that is the second exit. Which lane do we keep on? Remember the first, we decided that, or we said the first exit and the second exit is on the left. We still keep the left lane. So that is the destination we are going, is the second exit. The lane is the left one. How do we signal? Let's see. As we approach the roundabout, no signal. As you go past the first exit, you signal left. Okay. Now we are going to the third exit, which is the destination. What lane do we be on? The right lane. How do we signal? Let's go on signaling. Signaling right. And you change the signal immediately you pass the second exit to the left. Okay, it's as simple as that. So now we've talked about the first exit, the second exit, and the third exit. So it's the same process when we're going to the fourth exit, signaling right all the way around. Okay, as you get to the third exit, we move to the left, signal, change the signal left, and you leave the roundabout. It's as simple as that. Now I'm going to go very quickly to talk about the second exit. Okay, very quickly to talk about the second exit, and then we're going to end this video here and we go to the next one later on. So this is what I'm talking about on the second exit. Now when we are going to the second exit, we did agree that we can stay on the left lane. Okay, left lane to go to the first exit and left lane to go to the second exit. But what if the road marking tells you otherwise? Like we can see here on the road mark, there's no road mark in here, so that tells you that you can go from the first left lane to the first exit and left lane also to the second exit. So if you get something like this, we can see clearly what does the road marking tells you. The road marking tells you otherwise, that you cannot stay on the left lane to go straight on. You can only go left. Okay, so make sure when you get into the roundabout, keep your eyes on your road marking. I don't want this video to go that long, like I said. And if you want to learn more on runabouts, follow the next video. Thank you.